We rely on technology for, well, pretty much everything. But what happens when it just stops? When it vanishes overnight? We're going to dig into the real risks, the ones hiding in the systems we take for granted. And it all starts with this crazy story of a major American city that one day just went dark. All right, so picture this. It's May 2019, Baltimore, Maryland. Everything seems totally normal. But behind the curtain, a digital time bomb is ticking. A ransomware attack is quietly, silently, worming its way through the entire city's computer network. And then boom, everything just stops. Emails, voicemail, dead silence. You want to buy or sell a house? Forget it. All the property records are frozen solid. The city can't even send out water bills. And inside the city offices, it's like they've been thrown back in time. People are literally digging out paper and whiteboards, scribbling notes by hand, because every single digital tool they rely on is just gone. It's like the city's entire nervous system was just cut. Now, the hackers, they wanted a ransom. And to their credit, the city refused to pay. But the price to fix this, the cost to rebuild everything from the ground up, it was staggering. $18 million. Think about that. This wasn't just some tech glitch. This was a massive financial disaster. Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. That story, as wild as it is, that's actually the exception. That kind of big, loud, headline-grabbing disaster isn't the risk most of us face. No, the real danger, it's a lot quieter, and it's probably happening right under your nose. So this gets us to the heart of the matter. There are really two types of failure. You've got your loud failures, that's Baltimore. It's a catastrophe, everyone sees it, total shutdown. But then there's the quiet failure. And honestly, this one's way more common and maybe even more dangerous. It's the slow, creeping degradation of a system where good, hardworking people just figure it out. They create workarounds, they patch things together, and they absorb all the strain. And in doing that, they accidentally hide the real underlying risk from leadership. There's a great way to think about this. It's called the scaffolding problem. Imagine technology is like the scaffolding around a building. It's just there. It's quietly supporting everything, doing its job. And because it works so well, day in and day out, we totally forget it exists. It becomes invisible. And since we forget it's there, we never, ever practice what we would do if someone came along and just ripped it all away in an instant. So where does this risk actually live? If it's not just about broken hardware or buggy software, what is it? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's not really a tech problem at all. It's a people problem. It's a responsibility problem. Let's get specific. The real risk grows in the cracks, in these organizational gaps. Like when nobody is quite sure who really owns a system. When it breaks, who makes the call? Or when we treat technology like buying a couch. You buy it once and forget about it. That doesn't work. These are living systems that need constant care. And get this, we train people for success. We show them how the system works on a good day, but we never, ever train them for what to do when it all falls apart. And maybe the most dangerous of all, when all the important knowledge is locked up in the brain of one or two key people. That's a huge single point of failure. And you can see exactly how this becomes normal, right? It's a cycle, and it's a dangerous one. First, a problem pops up. Maybe a system is just running slow. So, step 2, some smart person on the team creates a clever workaround. Step 3, that workaround catches on. Soon, it's just the way we do things here. And here's the kicker, step 4. The team just absorbs the extra work. They take on the strain. Which leads to step 5, the underlying risk is now totally invisible to anyone in charge. The problem was never fixed, it was just papered over. So, what's the solution? How do you fight an invisible enemy? Well, it all starts with a huge shift in how we think about this. We have got to stop shoving this off as an IT problem. It's not. It's a shared risk, and that means everyone has a piece of it.
And you can see the difference pretty clearly. The old way of thinking, the IT problem mindset, that's where you get vague ownership. That's where people make these ridiculous plans that assume the system will work 100% of the time. But the shared risk mindset, that's totally different. Ownership is crystal clear. And crucially, you plan for things to break. You plan for partial failure. You train your people for the messy reality, not some perfect fantasy world where technology is flawless.
I love this analogy. Technology is basically like the plumbing in your house. When it's working perfectly, you don't even think about it, right? Water comes out of the tap, life is good. But the second it breaks, oh man, the mess spreads fast, and suddenly that leaky pipe is the only thing anyone can talk about.
Smart organizations, they plan for the leak before the whole basement is flooded. So all of this really boils down to one simple but really tough question. Are you prepared to fail? Because let's be clear, the system breaking isn't the real failure. It's going to break eventually. The real failure is not being ready when it does.
And this quote just nails it perfectly. Integration falls apart not because systems break, but because leaders did not prepare people to operate without them. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. This isn't about tech, it's a leadership challenge. It's a training challenge. It's a planning challenge. The broken system is just the spark that lights the fuse.
So I'm going to leave you with one last thing to think about. Imagine it's 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. Your most important system just crashed. Who, in your organization, has the absolute authority to decide what to do next? Who makes the call? If you can't answer that question in a heartbeat, well, then you might just have a very serious danger hiding in plain sight.